Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to you. My name is Nick, we're on the Commodore Amiga. I'm looking at a game called Mr. Heli, published by Firebird in 1989 and developed by Probe Software. There's an option here for music or sound. Now I've been trying to get this game to work for quite some time. I've managed to get it to work, but this version I've got no sound. So it's Mr. Heli without sound, so we'll see sort of how it played back in the day, but not really. But we'll get the idea of the playability and the graphics and all that sort of stuff. So it's based on the arcade cabinet from IREM in 1987. We also reviewed it on the Commodore 64 and the ZX Spectrum, which wasn't too bad without being spectacular. Let's see how it does in 16-bit land. Now I believe this is a port from the ST version, and normally when there's a ports from the ST versions, it's not very good. Anyway, we control this helicopter. Looks a bit bigger than other versions of the game. Essentially, you need to, you've got an energy bar across the top, which doesn't seem to be going down at all, and then we've got the money on the right-hand side. By shooting these blocks hidden in the framework of the thing, you can get power-ups if you collect enough money. Right? It's not playing particularly good. Try and imagine your own sounds. Blippity blip blop kaboom kabam. Anyway, some people say, why are you reviewing this with no sound? Well, because it's been recommended a few times, and we need to blast it out the way. It's annoying me. Not playing particularly good there. As I say, this is in emulation. If you had it back in the day, you probably would have heard some sort of sounds. But at the moment, yes, there's not much room to manoeuvre on the screen. Energy bar seems to be going down slightly now, represented by those red spots up the top. I would have preferred an energy bar, but the arcade version might have had spots as well. I don't know. If you know that, let me know. So this is back in 1989. And the arcade cabinet was from 1987. Now I'm already going to get some stick for playing this without the sound. I said, why didn't you play with the sound? Well, you know, it happens. Now, no, it doesn't really happen. It's just happened on this one occasion. If you like other Amiga games with sound, we've reviewed quite a lot. Hooray. How's he running this channel? I don't know. It's Tim Pot, isn't it? But anyway, if you like other Amiga reviews, we've reviewed loads. They're in the playlist. To get there, click on my username, takes you to the channel page, and then click on the playlist tab. Big thanks to those people subscribed so far. And as I say, if you want to subscribe, you can do so below. It's a nonsense chat, doesn't take itself too seriously. Sometimes it's diabolical, sometimes it's good. It's whatever happens. But I try my best, you know. I'm a working man. Working 9 to 5, something. Who works 9 to 5 anymore? Certainly not me, and no one I know of. So this game, the arcade game is over 7 levels. I believe this one is only over 3. So we'll see how far as I can get on here. It's a horizontal shooter. I don't like that graphic on the helicopter at all. It looks too cartoony. But occasionally it goes up and down or diagonally across, and you've got end-of-level bosses each time. Essentially blast as much as you possibly can and get as many power-ups as you can if you collect money and stuff, which I think those blue things that I've just driven past. Never mind. Power-ups are essential for this. It's not using much of the full screen, which the Amiga can do, which just smells of Atari ST port. Not sure whether this was scored back in the day, but sound or not, it's pretty poor stuff. It's not fun. There's not much of the screen to manoeuvre. The graphics aren't good, and it feels extremely clunky. I would have taken it back to shop straight away. Am I being too cruel? Well, maybe. So other videos of this online where you see it's got sound, and it's probably better with sound, but not much, probably or obviously. There we go. But I'm only reviewing it in this form because it's the only way I can get the darn thing to work. Now, if I bought it back in the day and the sound didn't work, I would have taken it back to the shop immediately. It's a Tim Pot channel. We're having fun in the big orange helicopter. Now, you will see other comments, I'm sure. They're outside the community where they don't understand I ain't got any sound, but I keep going on about it. I got no sound. Some people may say, hopefully I want to turn the sound off you. Well, do your own jokes, I would say. So, Mr. Heli, clunky conversion. 8-bits versions are better. Check out the Commodore 64. They're not perfect, but check out the Commodore 64 review with sound and the ZX Spectrum one, and you'll see a whole more heap of fun there. I hope you're enjoying making your own sounds, ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-dibba-dum. The save points aren't too bad on this, but that's identical to all the other versions. You'd have to start right from the beginning if you get to a certain stage. I think it breaks it up to about maybe 2 save points per level, which is fair enough. It's not as evil as some games would be. you know, so I'll see if I can get to the end of level boss at least. This is a hacked version, so I wanted to. I could have infinite lives, but I don't want to because I don't want to be playing it that much. The blocks seem a little bit harder to shoot in this version. In the other versions, I just like careered into them and just released whatever was behind. Right now, there's some asteroids or some meteors or things going gradually up. I need to avoid getting crushed by those. Energy, I got 2 bits left out of the whole block there. Money is 0. I need to you know, do a bit better there, and I think I've been trapped. There we go. I've been trapped. The helicopter's been crushed by a big stone. If you're in a helicopter that's been crushed by a big stone, then comment in the comment section below. There, are you pretty flat now? Oh, you could probably be someone's flat mate. Hooray! Hooray for that. If you're still watching, then thank you. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, as I say. It's what keeps the channel running. And then, as I say, this is a bit of a cheeky video to get away with this one. But there you go. Time is limited. If I had more time, I would have aborted this and not reviewed it in the first place, and then reviewed something else with sound. But anyway, I've been caught out. Big nose. Thank you to the members. If I had more members, I could do this full time. And God, the sort of videos we could do then, that would be incredible, wouldn't it? Anyway, I've got the potential to make a lot of videos, extra super duper ones, but the time, it's a time thing. Something happened during COVID, and you know, all the prices of everything went up. Fuel went up, everything went up, balloons went up. You know, what can you do? Just survive, really. I hope you're doing okay. Is that an end-level boss? No, it looked like a modified Hoover or vacuum cleaner. There. I don't think many kids... I think kids who had this probably would have completed it if it's just got 3 levels out of the 7 from the arcades. I think they would have done it. But then would they have gone back to it? No. I mean, Blood Money, we also controlling a helicopter in some of the levels is better than this. Silkworm is probably one of my favourite horizontal shooters on the Specky. There's just 2. It's not as colourful as this, but there's on the Amiga. I'm getting my systems mixed up now, but you know, Amiga wise, Apidia, there's good. You know, Agony. I don't like that split screen game from one to the other. Right, let's see if I can blow up this big blue thing. I'm not particularly excited. This game is not blowing my skirt up. I'm not particularly excited about this. Lives on the right-hand side. I think even with sound, it wouldn't be adding a great deal. You can have the option of music and sound. Here's my option. Nothing at all. Kaboom. Right, okay. There we go. This is the sort of like sound you'd have had if you had no headphones and you're trying to play the game without and your parents thought you was asleep. That's the setting there. Right. Oh God. What the hell's? Oh right. I remember this from before on the other versions. We're in the dark now. By firing stuff, we light up bits of the screen for just a square. Right. Okay. Now it's all lit up. Well, that was poor effect anyway. What are they trying to do there? Didn't work. Either go for one thing or the other. This game's terrible. Mr. Heli. Smelly, more like. Smelly Heli. I mean, the helicopter was in space. I think I mentioned that before, but you could say that about the arcade game. Mr. Heli, you can just Mr. Go Home. Misdemeanor, more like. Now, as I say, I'm not really playing this particularly well or properly. When it says sold, basically, we've managed to collect enough money to get that upgrade. So it's all about collecting the blue, like, jaggedy things, which I haven't really been doing as I'm zipping along. As soon as I loaded it up, I didn't want to be playing it anymore. So if I weren't doing a newbie review, how you find it on your first or second go, I wouldn't have loaded it back up again. It's you know, apologies if all the reviews said this game was good, but I think it's poor. I think it's a terrible conversion. It's clunky. It's ported from the Atari ST, I think, or at least it seems that way. And as a consequence, it suffers. It's not using the Amiga's full abilities. It's not using the full screen. And the computer AI is awful as well. Look what's going on there. I mean, I can't destroy the blocks easily there. I hate it. I don't like it very much. But you might disagree. You don't always have to agree with every commentator you see on the tubes. We know this for sure. Don't be a sheep. But, you know, it's all about having a bit of fun. Maybe difference of opinion sometimes. But we're at the pub having a laugh. I've had 16 pints and you've had a sherry. And we're just reliving stuff in the past, comparing the good games and the bad games. And as I say, without seeing the bad games, you can't appreciate just how good the good games are. So if all the games are good, you know, you don't appreciate as much the good ones. Right, is that the end of that level? Here we go again. Oh, it's an end level boss. Here we go. So we've got 4 things shooting at us, that thing in the middle, And yes, I'm losing the will to live, folks. Yeah, I don't think Sound of Music would have added a great deal to it. Maybe a kid would have got lost into there, but hopefully the thing kills me now so we can get out here. I certainly won't be playing Mr. Smelly or Mr. Heli again. My favourite Firebird game? Well, the Wild Bunch on the ZX Spectrum. Thank you very much. You put your favourite Firebird game. There's probably other ones I'm not quite remembering, but you know. I seem to think of Firebird as an 8-bit, maybe unfairly an 8-bit developer rather than 16-bit. And that's destroyed as well at the end of the game. I scored 11670, and that's the highest score I'm ever going to score. Why is that, Nicky? Because I'm never going to play it ever, ever, ever again. Not impressed. There's worse games out there, but, you know, weren't exciting at all. Better examples. So I hope you like to have a look at that one. It's Mr. Heli on the Commodore Amiga, admittedly without sound on this version, so I just wanted to play the thing and show you it. Published by Firebird in 1989. Got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then put that in the comment section below. You're more than welcome. Let's get out of here. Let's forget this ever happened. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hope you're enjoying making your own sounds, ba-doo, ba-doo, ba-dip-a-dum.